Little Miss Well-Mannered. Roger Hargreaves. Little Miss Well-Mannered only has good manners. She would never have put her elbows on the table. Is that like you? Little Miss Well-Mannered would never slouch. She sat still, and was as straight as an arrow. Is that like you? And Little Miss Well-Mannered always knew what to do or what not to do. Is that like you? One morning she thought, "Sometimes we can learn things by asking our neighbours, even if they are not perfect, or well-dressed, or well-headed, or straight as a ramrod." She went to Chatterbox cottage. You can guess who lives there, can't you? That's right, Mr. Chatterbox. "Oh, Little Miss Well-Mannered," he cried, "I'm so glad to see you, because I told myself just yesterday, or maybe last night, alas no, I am a beast, it was this morning while I was having breakfast, and blah blah this, blah blah that." Two hours later, Mr. Chatterbox paused to catch his breath. Little Miss Well-Mannered finally managed to get a word in, and even more while she was there. "Oh, Mr. Chatterbox, where are your manners?" she said. "Sometimes you must know when to stop talking and start listening to what others have to say." Mr. Chatterbox was shocked speechless, and Little Miss Well-Mannered took this opportunity to invite him to her house. Then she went to see Little Miss Greedy. Little Miss Greedy was about to enjoy a small afternoon snack. "Oh, Little Miss Greedy, where are your manners?" said Little Miss Well-Mannered. 166 sausages are not very healthy for you. 6 would be enough, or even 1 would probably suffice." After hearing this, Little Miss Greedy lost her appetite. Little Miss Well-Mannered took this opportunity to invite her as well. That day Mr. Chatterbox remembered and repeated the words of Little Miss Well-Mannered. Once, 10 times, 100 times, not to mention out loud. That day Little Miss Greedy also remembered and repeated the words of Little Miss Well-Mannered 166 times, but without enjoying the 166 sausages. The very next day Mr. Chatterbox and Little Miss Greedy knocked at the door of Little Miss Well-Mannered. They were determined to have good manners and learn even more excellent manners while they were there. But they did not say hello to Little Miss Well-Mannered. Do you see why? "Oh, good heavens!" exclaimed Little Miss Well-Mannered. "Did you have an accident? Have you burnt yourselves? Has Mr. Mischief played a prank on you?" Mr. Chatterbox and Little Miss Greedy both turned their heads from right to left, left to right, right to left, for a long time. After a short time, Little Miss Well-mannered understood everything. "Oh, you followed my manners advice a little too much," she said. Then she thought, "If I serve these delicious cookies, they might forget that advice." And she hastened to serve her delicious little cookies. Immediately, Mr. Chatterbox and Little Miss Greedy took off the plasters covering their mouths. Then, as polite as possible, they asked for knives and forks. Without question, Little Miss Well-mannered gave them some. And all the delicious little cookies broke and flew around into 1,000 pieces. Between bursts of laughter, Little Miss Well-mannered managed to say, "My dear friends, please allow me to tell you." "Sometimes we can eat using our fingers," which she did to perfection, with a finger in the air. Thank you for listening.